Hello. I'm studying game development with you guys. In this video, you will learn the basics of how to program in Unreal Engine 5. Overall, the content of this video is mostly the same as the previous Unreal Engine 4 programming introductory video. Nevertheless, the reason for making it again with the Unreal Engine 5 version is that there are small differences in the details to be introduced to Unreal Engine 5 while watching the Unreal Engine 4 course. Now let's learn programming in Unreal Engine 5. First of all, programming in Unreal Engine means creating features for your game. How the characters are manipulated to move, what rules are required to achieve goals in order to win the game, etc. All of these things are made in a programming language or in many other ways. First, there are two ways to create game features in Unreal Engine, C++ and blueprints. C++ is a method in which a programmer writes code by typing directly, and blueprint is a visual scripting that connects visible nodes and creates the flow of functions visually. It is quite possible to create a game using only C++ classes or using only blueprint classes. However, rather than using these two methods completely separately, when a programmer makes a base game function in C++ and a designer uses the basic game function using blueprints to create functions for the fun of the game, it works synergistically. Going forward, you will learn how to create game features in Unreal Engine using a combination of C++ classes and blueprint classes. By the way, in order to learn Unreal C++ programming, it is recommended that you first have some familiarity with C++ or other programming languages, but let's learn these parts one by one. So first, let's learn how to create a C++ project in Unreal Engine. First, let's launch Unreal Engine and select the category of the new project as games. In the next template you will see a variety of templates that are the basis of different game genres, but for now I will choose the default one that will create a completely blank project. In the project default settings, you can select the project type and quality, target platform, and whether or not to include starter content. The important part here is the project type. Blueprint is selected by default. Here we need to select C++. If you select Blueprint and create a project here, you cannot create a C++ class in the project and you have to create a game using only blueprints. We will choose C++ because we plan to work with blueprints together while learning Unreal C++ programming. Then enter a project name and create a project. After the project is created, the first thing to learn is how to create a C++ class. There are several ways to create a new C++ class. The first way is to select the Tools, New C++ Class item from the top menu bar. The second method is to select the C++ classes folder in the content browser and click the Add button, or right-click in an empty area of the content browser and select New C++ Classes item. Doing so will bring up a window where you can select the parent class of the class you want to add. If we select a parent class here, the class we create can inherit and use the variables and functions of the selected parent class. There are several classes that have been implemented in Unreal Engine in advance. Let's select Actor from among them. Actor classes are objects that can be placed in a level. Usually, when you create an object that is placed and operated in the level, you can implement the class by inheriting this actor class. Just click Next, name the new actor and click the Create Class button. For now, let's just create a class named MyActor. After the C++ class is created, open the source panel of the content browser and open the folder of C++ class, project name to see the MyActor class you just created. And if you look at this MyActor class in the script editor, you can see that the header file and source file for the MyActor class have been created. Those of you who have already studied C++ will know this, but for those who do not know, a header file is a file for declaring a class and declaring the prototype of variables and functions belonging to the class. Since the class in the header file only tells the original form of the function, you can see that the function has no contents and the function ends with a semicolon. The body of this function is implemented in the source file like this. The first actor class created has a constructor, beginPlay function, and tick function with the same name as the class name. First of all, The constructor with the same name as the class name is a function that is called once when an object of the class is created and is mainly used to set the default value of the properties of the created actor. The beginPlay function is a function that is called once when the game starts in the world the actor is placed in, or when the actor is spawned into the world, and is used to initialize the gameplay logic. And the tick function is called once every frame. In this tick function, you can receive the time when the tick function is called again after a certain amount of time has passed since the last time the tick function was called through delta time as a parameter. And since this tick function is called continuously while the actor is active, it is mainly used to implement functions that handle the logic of the game. However, if the class you are creating does not require a tick function that is called every frame, you can improve the performance of the game by removing the tick function. To disable the actor tick function, remove the tick function from the header file and source file, and remove the primary actor tick.b can ever tick equals true code from the source file's constructor. This code sets this actor to call the tick function every frame. The first created C++ class is created with the constructor, beginPlay event function, and tick event function like this. Now, depending on what variables and functions are created here, the function of the class will be determined. So, finally, let's leave a simple log to see when the constructors of the Unreal C++ class and the default event functions are called. To log in Unreal, you use a macro function called UE_log. The first parameter is log temp, the second parameter is log, and the third parameter is the string to be output. Write code to output the string constructor in the constructor, beginPlay in the beginPlay event function, and tick in the tick event function. When you write all the log output code, you need to save the code and compile so that the changed code can be applied to the Unreal editor. In Unreal Engine 4, there was a compile button on the main toolbar, but as of Unreal Engine 5, the compile button has disappeared. To compile without exiting Unreal Editor, you need to enter the livecoding.compile command in the console command window or press Ctrl-Alt F11 to use the live coding function. When compiling with the live coding function, the live coding window appears and informs you of the progress. Sometimes changes do not take effect immediately after compiling. In that case, quit Unreal Editor and select Build, Rebuild Solution from the top menu bar of Visual Studio to build and run the project again. After the changed code is applied to the editor, click the Output Log button on the lower toolbar to open the Output Log panel and click the Dock in Layout button to view the output log. Next, we place one My actor into the scene and play the game. Then, as soon as the game starts, you can see that the tick log is quickly output. If you pause the game and go back to the log, when play in editor mode is initialized, My actor's constructor is executed, the constructor log is output, and Pi mode starts when beginPlay you can see the log output. And below that, you can see that the tick log is output every frame. In this video, we learned about the basics of C++ programming in Unreal Engine 5, how to create a C++ class, and the constructor of C++ class and the operation of beginPlay and tick, which are the basic event functions of Unreal Engine. Now, in this next video, you will learn more about C++ class variables and functions. This video was produced with the donate and watching of the viewers. It was Vers Game Development YouTube. Thank you.